Hi, Leathur Rokk here. Today we're going to do a story time. And, story times are the truth. And this is about something that happened this afternoon in Atlantic City. I had just gotten out of the supermarket, and I had a laundry cart full of groceries. I was kind of stoked because I had 20 pounds of pork chops, and I wanted to hurry and get everything home. And I'm very, very strong for my size. I am powerful and I am strong and I work out and all that stuff. And because it was about noonday, I was wearing 3/4 length sleeve jersey to protect my skin from the sun, and I was also carrying an umbrella because I always have to keep in the shade. So as I'm walking down a certain main street, there is this guy riding his bicycle on the sidewalk. Now, first of all, bicycles, I believe by law, unless you're a little kid, you have to ride in traffic because you can be a danger to pedestrians. Well, this guy was I believe this was a racially motivated attack. This was a black guy that was riding a bicycle, and what he would do is he would ride quickly against the direction of where people would be, and he would only do this to white people. He would ride right up to within 2 inches of a person's foot, and then he would stop, and then he would turn. And he did this to me 3 times. Like, he'd be riding in traffic, he would get to me, and he would, or not in traffic, he would be on the sidewalk. He would get to me, and he would stop just before he colliding with me, and he would turn back. And I found out that he did this to a number of other people, and they were all white people that he did this to. After the 3rd time, I started to close my umbrella, and it was the kind that has a point on it. And I decided I would poke the son of a bitch. And I said, "You want to hit me? You want to try? I'll knock you off that thing." I was pissed off, and I was kind of in shock too, because it's the sort of thing that you see in movies and TV shows and stuff, and you don't think that a person. The first time, I honestly thought it was a mistake. And I mean, I'm not any stranger to dealing with bicycles where they're not supposed to be. The boardwalk, same thing. There's only time that you're supposed to legally be riding a bicycle is in the early morning hours, I think from 6 a.m. to 11, I believe. And when it's crowded with people walking, they do not want people riding bicycles, because if you're riding very fast and you're not watching what you're doing, you could hurt somebody. But this guy was doing this deliberately, and I didn't remember much about his face, but I remembered that he was wearing black and a little bit of yellow on his bike, and the little bit of yellow on the handlebars or whatever stood out in my mind. And the fact that he was doing this, and it was kind of the area was kind of roughly around the bus station, from the supermarket to the bus station, and matter of fact, another person that he was doing this to was a woman that was walking with somebody to the outpatient area of the hospital, the area where the ambulances turn in and everything. This guy is doing to her. So as soon as I got home, I called the non-emergency police number and I reported it, because I don't know how long this guy was doing that. He was just basically riding around his bicycle, terrorizing people, and I don't know if he actually collided with anybody or what. But I mean, that was what was going on this afternoon. So watch out for people when you're out and about, and when you think you have to worry. Oh, here, another thing that happened today. Before I even got to the market, I usually bring earplugs with me because the music they play in the stores distracts me, right? So I had earplugs with me, and usually I fumble with them toward the entrance of the store and I put them in. But this time I thought that I would be smart and I would put them in just beforehand so I wouldn't have to fumble with them at the entrance to the market. So what do? And this is pretty damn idiotic. I put them in while I'm waiting for the light to turn, right? So now I put it in, and I see that I have the light. And now, mind you, these earplugs, they don't really. If I'm in a club and the music is really, really painfully loud, it's still pretty painfully loud, even with wearing these earplugs in. So it makes me feel that they're not all that effective. But I no sooner put these earplugs in, the light changed. I started across the street because I don't jaywalk, okay? When all of a sudden I saw a cop speeding, they had the lights on and the siren going. And of course, the rule is whenever you see the sirens, you hear the sirens, you're supposed to stay to the right and stop. But I mean, I'm glad I didn't walk into traffic. I would have gotten maybe run over or something. Well, I hope I wouldn't have been that stupid. But you get disoriented when you don't have all your senses, when you don't hear properly. So don't be a dumbass like I was with having earplugs in when you're walking around. You need to be aware of your surroundings. And just because you're crossing with a light doesn't mean you're safe. So that was my day today. That was today was the first of the month. And I guess there's a lot of yoo-hoos out there with their checks. You see, I was going to go get the groceries the day before, but I had to go and get my hair dye and things. And I had only a half hour to get my hair dye, which you would know if you watched my previous video. So today, so I didn't have time to also get to the supermarket because they weren't open much later. So today, I went pretty much as soon as I woke up and had my first 2 cups of coffee. So yeah, glad I didn't get run over by any idiots. So that was my story time, my real life. I hope your life is a little less chaotic than mine. If you like these videos, first of all, if you like this one, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, you should do so. I'm sure that I can entertain you and maybe I can educate you, and these things really happen to me. So if you subscribe and you hit that bell notification thing, you'll know when I make my next upload. And I upload 3 times a week for your viewing pleasure. So if you like them, I'll keep them coming. Let me know. Talk to you soon. Bye.